no such thing as work-life balance. None! Learn to be super successful. Subscribe to my channel, meathead. For the first time, you're going to be the conductor, and you're going to be in charge of the orchestra. And contrary to what you've been told, and some of you have been taught, that you don't need to know anything about other than one or two of the instruments in the orchestra. One or two. You don't have to know all the, like you don't have to know, again, 5% of what I know. I got an email about an oil and gas deal. I guess it was early this morning. And I read the first paragraph. And intellectually, I saw all the problems. Because now I know a lot about oil and gas. What I know today in 2020, I wouldn't have done probably half of the deals I did when I made a fortune in oil and gas. Because I wouldn't have attempted them. Because I know where all the boogeymen are. I know where all the shadows are. When I was then, I didn't know shit. I didn't know. When I say I didn't know anything, I mean I didn't know anything. But now I look at, and there's 5,500 wells in the North Sea, figuratively underwater and literally underwater. Because the average cost, more or less, to bring an oil up to the surface of the North Sea, not to get it out, but to the surface, is, 65 pounds a barrel. They call it $75 a barrel. For those of you that follow that market, it's currently selling at about half that. So they're underwater and they're behind in their depths, as you would say. You can buy cheap, but they're like the corona guys in healthcare. If we keep our head long enough underwater, maybe when we pull our head up, the oil price will go back up again. And I said last night or yesterday afternoon, when you've got roughly 30 million barrels a day production, and that's if Venezuela and everybody doesn't cheat, and you've got only about 20 to 23 million barrels a day of need. I mean, those lines are never going to cross. Not never going to cross. And that's why in 2014, when I called the top of the oil market at $115 a barrel, and I did a rough calculation in my head, not with a spreadsheet. It'll take 50, 100 years. And I said, well, we got no place to go but south. And guess what happened? The same as I figured out when we went to negative oil. And we had people buying oil, and I've been to Cushing, Oklahoma, where they deliver the wet barrels. I know what it looks like. It looks like about a 1915 cowboy movie. I mean, they're never going to be and guess what? Oil went to a negative. But if the government, as they say in this country, told you that, you shit. And that's why, as Jack Nicholson said in that movie, a few good men, whatever the fuck the movie was. Anyway, where he says you can't take the truth because you can't.